Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Monday Morning. It's Stephen Whiteside here from theuptrend.com. In the pre-market this morning, stock index futures are mixed, so are commodities. We've got gold down $6 while crude oil is up slightly on Monday morning. So far it looks like we're going to have a fairly quiet open. Now, we don't have any major economic numbers coming out this week until Wednesday morning. We do have economic numbers coming out every day. We do have comments from the White House. Of course, there's unexpected comments from the president 24/7. And of course, we have comments from the Fed. Those things happen all the time. What I try to keep track of are the economic events that have a history of changing the direction of the stock market. And so, as you can see, we don't have anything this week until Wednesday. Now, one stock that's been on a tear for the last month and a half has been Robinhood, and Robinhood traders were anticipating it was going to be added to the S&P 500 on Friday, and apparently it wasn't, so that has pulled the stock back in the pre-market. It's trading around $70.89 at the moment. That is not enough to give us a sell signal. So if you're a Robinhood trader, there's no reason to get out of Robinhood at the open on Monday morning. Now, of course, we wouldn't care what happens at the open, but a lot of people are asking about it. And so we would need to see a close on Monday below $66.47 to give us an actual sell signal for Robinhood. And we don't have to do that. Now, Thursday was a bearish reversal day. We traded through that on Friday. And if you look at this particular chart, you'll notice that there's some congestion here at the previous high. So if we do pull back, I would imagine we're going to find some support there. If that breaks, of course, you can see where the flypaper channel is heading, and that could certainly catch the stock on the way back down. Moving on to the VIX, for the S&P 500 VIX, we're looking for a close above 1986 on Monday. I've been watching these charts closely, the pros and the public, and we really haven't had a lot of movement, but they're getting pretty close. That's also true for the VIX for the NASDAQ. The VIX for the Russell actually rolled over on Friday, even though the VIX for the Russell actually closed lower on Friday. So for the VIX for the Russell, we're looking for a close above 2462 on Monday to give us a buy signal. Of course, any buy signal in the VIX is going to be negative for stocks, and we would anticipate the stock market, major stock market indices to trade lower after that happens. Now, looking at the major stock market indices, we'll just look at a couple for Monday's reference, and the iShares for the TSX 60, we're looking for a close on Monday below 39.46. For the S&P 500 ETF, the SPY, we're looking for a close below $587.53. It's currently trading higher in the pre-market, still trading below the $600 level. And then looking at the NASDAQ 100, the QQQs, we're looking for a close below $518.16. We're still stuck at the 531.25 level. We are trading higher in the pre-market, but not above that level. Moving on, let's take a look at the Wall Street's most actives from Friday's trading action, starting off with Tesla. Tesla gave us a sell signal on Wednesday. We saw fall through to the downside on Thursday and an inside day on Friday. If we take out Thursday's low, then 250 would be our next target to the downside. Lucid had an inside day on Friday. No change there. No change for NVIDIA having an inside day. We're trying to get to 150. Right above that is the all-time high of 153.13. Applied Digital made a new high on Friday. It almost tagged our price target of 1563. We got as high as 1542. Of course, if we start trading above 1563, we'll develop new price targets. Looking at Ford traded in the channel on Friday, looking for a close above $10.38 on Monday to give us a buy signal. Palantir generated a sell signal on Thursday, inside day on Friday. New high for TeraWulf on Friday, looking to get to 469. If we can take that out, then 547 comes into play. Small pullback for B2 Gold. It made a new high on Thursday, trying to get to 391. And of course, we can always go over to the weekly charts and see to get a reasonable target above that. And that target would be 430. Then looking at Intel, we're looking for a close above $20.55 on Monday to give us a buy signal. For Apple, Apple's been just drifting here for the past week or so, looking for a close above $204.09 to give us a buy signal. For Apple on Monday. Looking at American Airlines, it actually generated a buy signal as of Friday's close. So coming in on Monday, I'm not that excited about this buy signal. I'd really be more excited about the stock if it took out the May high. So if you've been short American Airlines, you need to cover your short position. If you want to go long American Airlines, I would just do a partial position on Monday and see what happens. This is just stock drifting sideways at the moment, and you can see we only have two blue dots down here. So really no momentum right now. And things would change on Monday if American Airlines was to close below 1125. Looking at Bank of America, we're looking for a close on Monday below 43.77. This stock has been drifting for a while. We're trying to get to 46.88. That is our next price target to the upside for Bank of America. Let's finish off today's presentation taking a look at the TSX most actives from Friday's trading action. I wanted to start off this segment just looking at the seasonality chart of the price of crude oil. It usually peaks around the end of June, and so we should be seeing a strong movement in the energy sector right now. That is not what's happening. In fact, the price of crude oil peaked back here at the start of the year, and we've been making lower highs and lower lows until the start of May, where we made a higher low. So that could be the first sign something new is happening, but we've really not been seeing crude oil perform that well in 2025, and that might have something to do with global slowdown and a lot of other reasons, but that is exactly what's happening right now. So a lot of the energy stocks have been underperforming, and that has not helped the TSX, but the rest of the TSX has been doing pretty good. Now, Canadian Natural Resources is on a buy signal right now. We're on a buy signal for Suncor, so no change there. We're trying to break away from the $50 level. We've been trading above it and below it. There's a nice open, there's actually two open gaps for traders to go after, and so far they have not seen a lot of enthusiasm to run up and close those open gaps. Looking at Ivanhoe, Ivanhoe got crushed a couple of weeks ago. It's down at the bottom of the panic zones. A pressure zone has formed, and so this is the time and place to look for a buy signal. Unfortunately, Ivanhoe has been looking pretty ugly for quite a while now, and any rally has been capped by the flypaper channel. This time it could be different. We're making higher lows right now from the lows we made in early April. So if we can get any upside momentum here, there's a possibility things could be changing for this stock, but we'll just have to wait and see. On Monday, we're looking for a close above $11.70 to give us a new buy signal. And of course, we've got an open gap to deal with right in front of us. Then looking at Enbridge, still on a buy signal here. Unfortunately, we have not been able to make higher highs at this time. We're still on a buy signal. Things would change on Monday with a close below $63.38. For Synovus, we're looking for a close above $18.71 to give us a new buy signal. No change in trend for Manulife coming into Monday's trading action, just drifting sideways. No change for Whitecap. We're still on a buy signal here. Again, we're just drifting sideways. We saw First Majestic and the rest of the silver sector do very well last week. We are running up to the top of our projected trading range at 1172. If we look at the weekly chart, we can see 1250 as our next target to the upside on the weekly chart. Looking at Great West, we're looking for a close above $52.09. Again, a stock just drifting here at the moment. There's B2 Gold coming off a new high on Thursday. We're stuck here at the 506 level. If we can take out Thursday's high, then 547 comes into play. Looking at CIBC, we're still on a buy signal here. Things would change on Monday with a close below $92.73. The Royal Bank is trading in the channel right now, so a close above $175.90 would give us a buy signal on Monday. Then looking at Air Canada, we're on a sell signal right now. If we look at the midterm chart, you can see the conservative money will start to leave Air Canada if we start closing below $18. And of course, there's that nice open gap that could potentially act as support on the way back down. Okay, folks, that is all for this morning's presentation. It looks like we're going to have a fairly quiet open at 9:30 Monday morning. Have a great day. Next time you'll hear my voice is on Tuesday morning.
Thanks for tuning in until the very end of today's stock market timing educational video. If you found the content valuable, don't forget to express your support by hitting the like button, leave a comment, sharing with your friends, and subscribing to our channel for more insightful updates. Remember, in the world of stocks, timing is crucial, and following the trend can be your greatest ally. If you would like more information on how we can help you better time the stock market, please visit theyuptrend.com.